Hi everyone, hola a todos. Tengo aquí a David Clutterbuck. Él va a ser uno de nuestros ponentes para el primer congreso de EMCC Spain. El título de la conferencia es Activando las mentes del futuro y David nos va a hablar de la ponencia que va a hacer. Primero vamos a introducir a David. Let me just introduce you. David es uno de los cofundadores de EMCC, es también nuestro Special Ambassador. Y ¿quieres decir algo más? Would you like to say a little word more, introduce yourself?
Well, it's been fun. I've had 30 years with the EMCC since it first came up as an idea. And it's been enormous fun to be associated with it as it's grown. And I think it's worth emphasizing that the mentoring came first. That mentoring as not only is historically much older than coaching, but the EMC for the EMCC, it was originally the European Mentoring Council, or European Mentoring Centre to be precise. And
Okay.
and that, yeah. Do you want me to stop?
Well, it's up to you. The main thing is going to speak about the conference and why people would like to come. So, entonces, la primera cosa, ante todo, es que nos da un poco de lo que vas a hablar en la conferencia. La ponencia es especialmente sobre el mentoring. Entonces, ¿qué nos puede decir para animarlos a venir? Y es un asunto muy interesante, David. Let's speak about what you're going to tell us at the Congress.
Well, I'm going to explore some of what's happened within mentoring and how it's going and where it's going. I think for me, it's fascinating that old as mentoring is as a concept, it's still evolving constantly. And we're seeing so many new things happening, so many different applications. And we're also beginning to understand the psychology of mentoring much more clearly. And for me, it's fascinating that this world of coaching, which is so new, is now beginning to adapt, and the rigidity of so much of coaching is now beginning to flow away as we're understanding that the more mature you become as a coach, the more like a mentor you become.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can relate to that indeed. So, any specifics? I mean, you're going to speak for something like 4-5 minutes, if I recall. So I know that you have plenty of topics to talk about. En la conferencia vas a hablar más o menos 45 minutos, algo así. ¿Algunas cosas que nos puede desvelar?
I think there are some things which I'm particularly fascinated to see. One is getting mentoring away from just coaching has become trapped to a large extent for people who can afford it. So for the rich, for the elite, mentoring is something which is for everyone. And one of my big projects at the moment is to create 5 million school-age coaches and mentors around the world. I think it's a wonderful way to get it into the breadth, into society, in all the nooks and cracks of society. So I think this universal application of mentoring, really promoting mentoring as a significant part of learning for children and for all adults. And we talk in English about the 3 R's: reading, writing, and arithmetic, or arithmetic. But I think there is a 4th R, and that 4th R is reflective practice.
Very dear to EMCC.
Absolutely. And I think we have an enormous role at EMCC in helping to make reflective practice a key part of both learning and leadership and education. So how do we make this? How do we make people more reflective, because the objective of reflection ultimately is to make us wiser. We have a wisdom deficit amongst leaders around the world.
Certainly in those days of COVID, post-COVID.
Yeah. And you look around the world and you see the leaders of so many nations, and these are not wise people. These are self-interested people. If they're not self-interested for themselves, they're self-interested for their own little nation. It's we can actually, I think, have an enormous impact on the world by helping them to really reflect and to focus on becoming wiser.
I think that's very important. You said that we can have an impact, because it's true that many of us in this protection want to make a difference and help people.
Yeah.
So indeed, great.
And what one of the big challenges for us is going to be how do we move beyond just helping individuals to become wiser or to progress or to achieve what they want to achieve, and how do we move to actually going beyond individuals to firstly to teams, to organizations, to society? How do we create wise societies? And I think that's the challenge that we have. And there are so many ways in which we can do this. And so what we've done so far has been wonderful. Mentoring's achieved so much for the world, but what it could achieve is exponentially greater. So I think it's now a good time to start really thinking about how we bring coaching and mentoring together to leverage the strength of both. And if coaching doesn't actually really get to grips with these big issues of poverty, of climate change, of the leadership deficit, then it's going to become less and less relevant. Just something that was an interesting idea in the early 21st century, but history will forget it. Okay. But if it becomes something, but if we're able to actually take coaching and mentoring and use them to their full potential, it's world changing.
Well, thank you for these insights. Muchísimas gracias, David. Esperamos con ilusión poder escucharte más durante el primer congreso de EMCC Spain. Estará el día 14 y 15 el congreso. Para ti va a ser a principio del día 14, bueno, por la tarde hora española, por la mañana en Latinoamérica. Muchísimas gracias, David. Y
muchas gracias por
muchas ilusión seguir escuchándote y aprendiendo contigo. Hasta luego.
Bye.